Hi guys, hope you're all having a great day. This video is a continuation of my last video on transcription, and the last one I kind of talked about my history with transcription, what transcription is, and kind of who it would be a good fit for, things like that. So in this video I'm going to cover if someone is interested in transcription and feels like it will be a good fit for them, some of the things that they can do to help prepare themselves and to start applying to companies. First things first, equipment. Now, I don't think that there's a lot of equipment that you really need when you start transcription. There's a bit more that would be helpful in the longer run, but before you actually are starting to make money from transcription and stuff and just practicing, I think the basic things to have would be, first of all, a laptop or desktop that has a keyboard. That's obviously the most important thing to have. Now, there are ergonomic keyboards, and if you are looking for an ergonomic keyboard, I believe it's called the Microsoft Natural Ergonomic 4000, maybe? I'll correct myself if I'm wrong, but I have been using that keyboard for several years and I love it. Actually, I'll go pull it out right now. Okay. So this is my keyboard. This is the Microsoft Natural Ergonomic 4000 keyboard, and as you can see, it's ergonomic and it's kind of bends like this, and I do not use any other keyboard because it is the most comfortable keyboard ever, and I type really fast on it without straining my hands. I really recommend ergonomic keyboards, but you don't have to use them. My hands get really strained when I type really fast on regular laptop keyboards, so I prefer to use ergonomic ones. Another thing that I think is really important is having some sort of headphones or earbuds or something like that. I use over-ear headphones, Sennheiser, I believe it's pronounced. It's a type of Sennheiser over-ear headphones. They're very good quality. You do not have to have a very, very good quality type of headphone, but it is helpful. But you can just have really any kind of headphones that are relatively comfortable to wear. I just wouldn't recommend having no headphones and just using speakers because the sound isn't really isolated in your ears and might be a bit more difficult to hear correctly. The other actual equipment that would actually not be necessary would be foot pedals. Foot pedals are really helpful to many people, and I, for one, am a really big advocate of using foot pedals when you're transcribing because it helps your accuracy enormously. Basically, what a foot pedal is, it's a USB device that sits on the floor, you plug it in to your computer, and it has 3 pedals. The middle one is usually for play, and then when you take your foot off of it, it stops the audio. The right one is usually rewind, and the left one is usually fast forward. So you use your foot to control when the audio plays. Most people that do not use foot pedals, they use hotkeys. And what hotkeys are they are just keys on the keyboard that you can use the same functions as a foot pedal for. So you play, rewind, fast forward, all those types of things. When I started transcription, I did not know about any of this, so I actually manually used my mouse to press on like Windows Media Player to play and stop. Please don't do that. There are other free alternatives you can use that are so much better. Software wise, there is some free software that you can use for transcription that there's no reason not to use it. ExpressScribe is probably the most popular and easy to use transcription software available, which basically just allows you to use foot pedals and hotkeys with it to control the audio, and you can also keep your audio lined up in the software. You can also use this with any word processing software. I also recommend having Microsoft Word because many companies and clients like Word format. But for software, that seems pretty much the standard things that you would need for transcription. Of course, it's always better to have faster computers in order to download things faster, but if you can't, you can't. If you're watching this YouTube video right now on your computer, it's probably okay. Alright, so now to actually what you should do when you're getting started. Once you have your equipment ready, you have your software, now what? Well, there are different things you can do based on what your actual goals are. If you are just looking into transcription and you don't need to do it to make a living, maybe you're looking at doing it part-time and you aren't in a great need for money at the moment, then I think there are a few things that you can do. The first thing would be to start maybe a Fiverr account and get orders that way. And I will talk about pay in a little bit. I'm getting to that. The other thing that you can do is you can just do practice audio before applying to companies. So practice audio, you might be like, well, how do I find practice audio? Honestly, because transcription is so varied and companies have so many different types of transcription, you can just get audio off of YouTube, so just find some interviews or some lectures or whatever you're interested in. Try easier stuff first, like single speaker, to see how it is, and all that you do is basically take the link of the YouTube and go to a site like Listen to YouTube or another site that changes the video into an MP3 or video format. If you're using Free Express Scribe, you have to use MP3 and not a video format. So that will give you a download link that you can then use in your Express Scribe software to practice. And then you can just practice using your hotkeys and typing and see how it works. Maybe try different things, so you can try doing verbatim, which is using all the ums and uhs and stutters, or you can try doing like just taking out all the unnecessary words and just transcribing it into complete sentences. That can really help you kind of get started practicing with your audio files, so you can see if you will like transcription and to get a little bit of practice. And then once you have practiced with that a while, then you can start applying to companies. Now, I know it may be hard to find companies that will hire newbies that do not have any actual work experience with transcription, but there are a few. And these companies, although I would not recommend companies like Rev and Transcribe Me because of their pay, but there are a few companies. I have not worked with them personally, but I've heard many great things about them. And these companies do pay a decent wage for their transcribers. So, the first company I'm going to mention is Verbal Inc. Now, Verbal Inc. will take newbies as long as they can pass their transcription test. You'll find that a lot of companies give transcription tests to make sure that the transcriber will be good at what they do. And from what I have heard, they have a very, very fair pay rate that changes based on the type of audio that you have. The second company I would recommend is Net Transcripts. They generally have audio that is either corporate or law enforcement, and newbies can apply to the corporate side, but law enforcement, I think you have to have some type of law enforcement transcription experience in order to apply for that. But I've heard that their pay is also pretty fair. Net Transcripts is known as a very reputable company that is that has been around for a long time. And then the third company is, I believe it's pronounced Ubiquitous. I'm sorry if I butchered that. I think that they do a lot of corporate type things as well, but they do take newbies if they can pass the test, just like with the other companies. So those are a few that you can try out. You can also look online and see lists of other companies that may hire newbies. It's always best to give it a shot and apply even if they don't say that they hire newbies. Okay, now I'm finally going to talk about pay, because I know people have been wondering about that for a while. The reason why I say that it's a bad idea to apply for Rev or Transcribe Me or any other company that really would pay you under maybe 80 cents an audio minute preferably $1 or more, but 80 cents is probably the minimum you should strive to be paid, because a lot of companies that don't pay well, like Rev and Transcribe Me, are not valuing their contractors and are not, you know, they're taking advantage of the fact that they want to, they just want quick money. And if you're getting paid, for instance, 50 cents an audio minute, that's $30 an audio hour. The standard turnaround rate in the transcription industry is 4 to 1. 4 working hours to 1 audio hour. So you would be getting paid about minimum wage if you accepted 50 cents an audio minute and you transcribed 1 audio hour in 4 working hours. This is the standard turnaround rate, not the rate that most newbies start with. Many people can get up to 3 to 1, 2.5 to 1, even 2 to 1 if they are experienced transcribers, but newbies will rarely get to this rate right away. Transcription is not a minimum wage job. It requires skill. It requires hard work to be able to get this level of skill and get this experience. So 50 cents an audio minute is not worth the time of someone who's doing quality transcription. And when many people flock toward these types of jobs that are very easy to apply to and seem to be promising, but pay very little, then they are taking competition away from the companies that treat their employees fairly, and eventually this may lead to having to lower pay to contractors at different companies because they are not getting any service from their clients. This is bad for the industry, and hopefully this will not happen, but in order to help make this not happen, and in order to help you know, people make the money that they deserve to make, they should strive to take jobs and to work with companies that pay them a decent rate. You have to keep in mind that as an independent contractor, you pay your own taxes, your own self-employment taxes, Social Security, and Medicare, so that should also be taken into account. And I'm talking about US taxes. I don't know about other countries, but please, when you're getting into self-employment stuff, look up information about your taxes. It's important. You don't want to get audited and stuff. It's not good. And lastly, I wanted to mention a forum that you should definitely check out if you're really interested in transcription. It's called Transcription Essentials. I myself am an active member on it, and it's such a wealth of information. It's such an amazing forum. It's the best transcription forum out there. It's free. There's no reason not to join. I would highly recommend joining it. There is, again, so much more information than I could give you on that forum. It has been around for years, and there are so many topics about pretty much any transcription topic you could think of. So please check that out if you are interested. And that kind of sums most of it up. I probably forgot some things here and there, but overall that's a lot of the basic stuff. Yes, all of that is basic stuff. This is so much more than a lot of people think it is. But if you have any questions, please feel free to ask in the comments on any of my social media or anything. I would be happy to answer them. And thank you for watching. For the people that regularly watch my videos, I'll see you in my next video. And if not, I hope you have a great day. Also, no one has ever gotten back to me saying that they were successful at transcription, or that, you know, they have gotten into the industry and started working. If my advice has helped you in any way, please let me know. I would love to know if you have been successful in the industry. I love knowing if, you know, my advice helps people out. So please let me know if that has helped you at all, and I would be really happy to hear if it has. So anyway guys, talk to you later. Bye!